Hello my friends, Dr. Mandell here. Avocados are one of the most powerful superfoods on the planet. They're loaded with healthy fats, fiber, vitamins, and minerals that can do wonders for your body, especially as we age. But here's the truth. If you're eating avocados the wrong way, you could actually be harming your health instead of helping it. Seniors, I want you to pay close attention today because I'm going to share the biggest mistakes people make with avocados, mistakes that can lead to weight gain, digestive problems, blood sugar spikes, and even dangerous interactions with medications. Stick with me until the end so you can continue enjoying avocados safely while protecting your body and your health. My friends, let's get straight to the point. Avocados are amazing, and I absolutely love them. They're packed with healthy monounsaturated fats. They're rich in potassium, actually more potassium than bananas, and they're filled with fiber that keeps your digestive system moving and helps balance your blood sugar. Now, all of that sounds wonderful, doesn't it? But here's where the problem comes in. Many people, especially seniors, believe that because avocados are a healthy food, they can eat as much as they want. And that, my friends, is one of the biggest mistakes you can make with this superfood. Eating too much avocado can actually cause more harm than good. And I'm going to explain exactly why so you can avoid sabotaging your health. When we talk about avocados, the first thing that comes to mind is fat. Now, not all fats are created equal. The fats in avocados are the good kind, the monounsaturated fats that protect your heart, lower your bad cholesterol, and raise your good cholesterol. But here's the catch. Fat, even the healthy kind, is still calorie dense. One medium avocado has around 250 to 300 calories depending on its size. That means if you're eating a whole avocado every day on top of all your other meals, you may be adding hundreds of extra calories without even realizing it. For a young person with a fast metabolism, that might not be a huge issue. But for seniors whose metabolism naturally slows down with age, those extra calories can quickly turn into unwanted pounds. And carrying extra weight puts more stress on your joints, increases your risk of heart disease, raises your blood pressure, and even affects your blood sugar levels. Now let's take this even further. Many seniors are already dealing with digestive changes. The body doesn't break down food the same way it did in your younger years. Overeating avocado with its high fat and fiber content can actually cause digestive discomfort. Some of you may already know what I'm talking about: bloating, gas, stomach cramping, even diarrhea in some cases. That's because your digestive system can only handle so much fat at one time, even if it's healthy fat. So while 1/4 to 1/2 of an avocado can provide you with all the benefits without the downside, eating a whole avocado or even more in one sitting may overwhelm your gut. Another key point to remember is that overeating avocado can throw your nutritional balance off. When you fill up on too much of one food, even if it's healthy, you leave less room for other important foods, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains. Seniors need a wide variety of nutrients to maintain strong bones, healthy muscles, sharp memory, and a strong immune system. But if you're loading your plate with avocado at every meal, you may be crowding out other essential nutrients your body needs. Balance is the key to longevity and vitality. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. You've read studies about how people in countries like Mexico and Costa Rica eat a lot of avocados and they're healthy. That's true. But remember, diet is more than just one food. Their overall lifestyle is different. They're walking more, they're eating less processed food, they're exposed to more sunshine, and they often eat smaller portions throughout the day. In Western countries, many of us are adding avocados on top of processed sandwiches, heavy meals, or fried foods. That combination can turn a healthy fruit into a problem. I want you to also consider the impact of too much avocado on blood sugar control. While avocados are low in carbs, they are still calorie dense. Eating too many calories, regardless of whether they come from fat, protein, or carbs, can make it harder to manage weight and insulin sensitivity. For seniors who are pre-diabetic or diabetic, this can create complications. The extra weight from overeating avocados and other high-calorie foods can increase insulin resistance, which is the exact opposite of what we want. Here's something else we need to think about. As we get older, our activity levels often decrease. Many seniors are not moving as much as they did in their younger years. The body doesn't burn calories the same way when you're sitting most of the day, so if you're consuming an entire avocado daily without burning off that energy, those calories are stored as fat. And where does that fat usually go? Around the belly. Belly fat is dangerous because it's not just sitting under your skin, it's often stored around your organs. This type of fat, called visceral fat, is linked to heart disease, stroke, and dementia. So again, too much avocado, even though it's a healthy food, can contribute to this problem if it's not eaten in moderation. Another issue with overeating avocados is how it can affect people on certain medications. For example, if you're taking medication for blood thinning or blood pressure, you already need to be careful about the fats and potassium you consume. Avocados are high in potassium, which is usually a good thing for blood pressure, but too much potassium, especially if you're on medications like ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics, can create an imbalance in your body that can affect your heart rhythm and kidney function. Now, this doesn't mean avocados are bad for you. It simply means that overdoing it is risky, and I want to keep you safe, my friends. Let's put this into perspective. Imagine you sit down to breakfast and you spread half an avocado on your toast. That's perfect. It gives you healthy fats, fiber, and a nice creamy taste. Now let's say at lunch you throw an entire avocado into your salad, and then at dinner you eat guacamole made from 2 more avocados. That's 4 avocados in one day. That's nearly 1,000 calories just from avocado alone. That's more calories than many seniors need in an entire meal. And that's not even counting the rest of your food. See the problem? So what's the solution? Moderation. Instead of eating a whole avocado, start with 1/4 or half. Enjoy it as a side, not the main dish. Combine it with a variety of colorful vegetables, whole grains, and lean protein. That way you get the benefits of avocado without overwhelming your digestive system, your calorie intake, or your medication balance. And I want you to remember something very important. Healthy eating is not about labeling foods as good or bad. It's about how much you eat, how often you eat it, and what you combine it with. Avocados are powerful, but they're not a magic bullet. Eating more doesn't necessarily mean you'll get more benefits. In fact, eating too much can backfire. So my friends, the takeaway here is simple. Enjoy your avocado, but don't overdo it. Respect your body. Listen to your digestion. Pay attention to how much you're eating. 1/4 to 1/2 an avocado a day is plenty for most seniors. That's enough to protect your heart, support your brain, help your digestion, and keep your weight under control. Balance is the key to good health, and moderation is your best friend. Let's talk about something that often gets overlooked when it comes to avocados' portion size. I know, when we think of avocados, we usually think of health. We think of that creamy texture, the rich flavor, and all those amazing nutrients. And because it's considered a superfood, people often believe they can eat as much as they want without consequences. But here's the truth. Even the healthiest food can become harmful if you don't pay attention to how much you're eating. Portion size matters, especially as we get older. Ignoring this one simple principle can undo all the wonderful benefits that avocados are supposed to give you. Now let me explain why portion control is so important. As we age, our bodies change, our metabolism slows down, our activity levels often decrease, and our digestive system doesn't work the same way it used to. That means the calories we eat, the fats we consume, and even the nutrients we take in have a different effect on us at 60, 70, or 80 than they did when we were 20 or 30. And this is where portion size with avocados becomes critical. One whole avocado may look small, but is actually loaded with calories and fat. A medium-sized avocado can have anywhere from 250 to 300 calories and about 20 to 25 grams of fat. Now, yes, that's the healthy kind of fat, but it's still a lot for your body to process in one sitting. If you ignore portion size and eat a whole avocado, or sometimes even more than one, you could be adding an extra meal's worth of calories without even realizing it. And over time, those extra calories add up. They turn into excess weight, which can lead to joint pain, higher blood pressure, higher blood sugar, and an increased risk of heart disease. But portion size is not just about calories. It's also about balance. Think about your plate. If you load it up with an entire avocado, you're leaving less room for other important foods. Seniors need protein for muscle strength, calcium and vitamin D for bone health, and antioxidants from colorful vegetables for immunity and brain health. If avocado portions are too large, you might unintentionally crowd out these other essential nutrients. That means your body doesn't get the variety it needs to function at its best. Let's make this real with an example. Imagine you're having breakfast. You take a slice of whole grain toast and spread half an avocado on it. Perfect. That's a balanced portion. You've got fiber from the bread, healthy fats from the avocado. Maybe you add a slice of tomato or a boiled egg for protein. That's a nutrient-rich meal. But what if you take 2 or 3 slices of toast and cover them each with a whole avocado? Now you've turned a balanced meal into a calorie bomb. You're eating 600 to 700 calories before you've even left the breakfast table. For many seniors, that's more than a third of your daily energy needs in just one sitting. Now let's talk digestion. Seniors often experience slower digestion due to changes in stomach acid, gut bacteria, or just the natural aging process. When you eat large portions of avocado, all that fat and fiber can overwhelm your digestive system. Instead of feeling energized, you may feel sluggish, bloated, or uncomfortable. Some people even report nausea or stomach cramps from eating too much avocado at once. This discomfort can discourage you from eating other important meals throughout the day, and before you know it, your diet becomes unbalanced. Another reason portion size matters is because of medication interactions. Seniors often take medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, or blood thinning. Avocados are high in potassium, which is excellent for most people because it helps lower blood pressure. But if you eat too much and you're on medications like ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics, your potassium levels can rise too high. That can affect your heart rhythm and kidney function. By sticking to smaller, controlled portions, you can enjoy the benefits without risking these dangerous side effects. Portion size also plays a role in blood sugar control. Many seniors are dealing with prediabetes or diabetes. Avocados are low in carbs, which is good, but when eaten in large amounts, the excess calories can lead to weight gain. And weight gain is one of the biggest contributors to insulin resistance. That means your body doesn't use insulin as effectively and your blood sugar levels rise. Over time, this can make diabetes harder to manage and increase the risk of complications. By controlling portions, you keep your calorie intake steady, your weight under control, and your blood sugar more balanced. I also want to highlight the psychological aspect of portion size. Many people think it's healthy, so more must be better. This mindset is dangerous because it takes the focus away from balance. Health doesn't come from one single food. It comes from the variety and moderation of many foods working together. By ignoring portion size, you create an imbalance in your diet. You're training your body to depend too heavily on one food instead of getting the wide range of nutrients you need for longevity. Now, how can you control portion size with avocados in a practical way? It's simple. Use the rule of 1/4 to 1/2 an avocado per serving. That's plenty for most seniors. Slice it and put it on a salad, mash it lightly on a piece of toast, or add a few cubes to a soup or sandwich. That small portion still gives you all the heart-healthy fats, potassium, and fiber you need without overwhelming your system. If you're making guacamole, use 1 avocado to serve 2 to 3 people, not just 1. It's all about being mindful of how much you're eating. Another helpful tip is to store the other half properly so you don't feel tempted to eat the whole thing. Squeeze a little lemon juice on the unused half, cover it tightly, and place it in the refrigerator. That way you can enjoy it later without waste. You don't need to finish the whole avocado just because you cut it open. And here's something else I want you to think about. Portion control doesn't mean deprivation. It's not about cutting out avocados or limiting your joy. It's about creating harmony in your meals. When you eat the right portion, your body feels lighter, your digestion feels better, your weight stays stable, and your medications work properly. You still get all the delicious taste and all the health benefits, but you avoid the risks that come with overeating. So my friends, the message is clear. Portion size matters. Don't let the small size of an avocado fool you. Inside that fruit is a lot of energy, and your body may not need it all at once. By respecting portion size, you respect your health. You protect your heart, your digestion, your weight, and your overall well-being. Remember, it's not about how much avocado you can eat. It's about how much your body truly needs. Keep it balanced, keep it moderate, and your avocado will serve you as a friend, not a foe. I want to share something very important with you today. Avocados on their own are a gift from nature. They're creamy, delicious, and full of nutrients that support your heart, your brain, and your digestion. But here's the problem. Many people are sabotaging the health benefits of avocados without even realizing it. And the way they're doing it is by pairing this powerful superfood with the wrong kinds of foods. This is one of the most common mistakes I see, especially among seniors, and it can completely cancel out all the good that avocados have to offer. Let's start by understanding why this happens. Avocados are loaded with healthy monounsaturated fats that protect your cardiovascular system, reduce inflammation, and stabilize blood sugar. They also contain fiber, potassium, magnesium, and antioxidants that strengthen your body from the inside out. But when you combine these natural gifts with unhealthy processed foods, fried foods, or foods full of sugar and refined carbohydrates, you create a nutritional conflict inside your body. Instead of working together to heal you, those unhealthy additions force your body to struggle, and the benefits of avocado get buried under all that extra stress. Here's a simple example. Think of guacamole. Guacamole made with avocado, fresh lime, tomato, onion, and herbs is a beautiful, healthy dish. But how do most people eat it? With fried tortilla chips. Those chips are usually made with refined flour or corn, heavily processed oils, and lots of salt. The healthy fats in the avocado are now paired with unhealthy inflammatory fats from the chips. Instead of protecting your heart, the meal is now contributing to clogged arteries, high blood pressure, and weight gain. That one decision to use fried chips instead of fresh vegetables like cucumber slices, carrot sticks, or whole grain crackers turns a superfood into a problem food. Another common pairing mistake is avocado toast. Now, avocado toast can be one of the healthiest meals you can make if it's done the right way. But what do most people do? They take white bread made with refined flour, which spikes blood sugar, and then spread avocado on top. Yes, you're still getting the avocado benefits, but now your body is fighting against the negative effects of processed carbs. For seniors, this is especially dangerous because blood sugar control is crucial. When your blood sugar spikes from white bread, your body releases more insulin. Over time, that can lead to insulin resistance, diabetes, and weight gain. Pairing avocado with refined bread can actually make it harder to manage your blood sugar and your weight. A simple swap using whole grain or sprouted bread instead keeps the meal balanced, steady, and nourishing. Let's talk about another sneaky habit, adding avocado to fast food. Many restaurants promote avocado as a healthy option by adding it to burgers, sandwiches, or wraps. But think about what else is in those meals. Processed meats, refined buns, fried sides, and sugary sauces. The avocado doesn't cancel out the damage from those foods. It doesn't undo the saturated fats from fried bacon or the processed chemicals in fast food bread. In fact, the avocado often just becomes a mask to make people feel like they're making a healthier choice when really the meal is still working against their health. My friends, remember this. Avocado is powerful, but it is not magic. It can't erase the damage of poor food choices. Another pairing mistake I see often is combining avocado with heavy dairy products. For example, people will mix avocado with cheese, sour cream, or creamy dressings and dips in salads. Now, while a little dairy may be fine for some, heavy processed dairy combined with avocado adds unnecessary saturated fat and calories. Seniors who already have heart conditions, high cholesterol, or digestive issues may struggle with this combination. Instead of supporting your cardiovascular health, that meal may contribute to arterial plaque buildup and indigestion. The smarter way is to pair avocado with light, fresh ingredients. Think lemon juice, herbs, olive oil, or vinegar-based dressings. These not only enhance flavor, but also complement avocado's natural health benefits. Let's also address sugar. Some recipes and smoothies encourage blending avocado with sweetened yogurts, flavored milks, or fruit juices. Now, avocado smoothies can be incredibly healthy if made with unsweetened almond milk, spinach, berries, or natural ingredients. But when you add processed sugar, flavored syrups, or fruit juices with high sugar content, you're turning a blood sugar-friendly fruit into a sugar bomb. This is dangerous for seniors because excess sugar leads to energy crashes, weight gain, and increased risk of diabetes. Remember, avocado is naturally creamy and blends beautifully without needing artificial sweetness. Another hidden mistake is pairing avocado with too much salt. Many store-bought guacamole mixes and avocado-based spreads are loaded with sodium, and when seniors are already at risk of high blood pressure, kidney issues, or heart disease, that extra sodium is harmful. Avocado naturally contains potassium, which helps lower blood pressure. But if you drown it in salt, you cancel out its protective effect. The key is to flavor avocado with herbs, garlic, lemon, or natural spices instead of excess salt. So why does pairing avocado with unhealthy foods matter so much? Because your body doesn't just digest foods in isolation, it digests the entire meal as a whole. When healthy and unhealthy foods are combined, the unhealthy parts often dominate the outcome. They create inflammation, raise blood sugar, elevate cholesterol, and make it harder for your body to absorb nutrients. Seniors need meals that support digestion, energy, and healing. Pairing avocado with junk food works directly against these goals. Now let's talk about how to fix this mistake. The good news is that the solution is simple. Instead of pairing avocado with fried, processed, or sugary foods, pair it with whole, natural, nutrient-dense foods. Put avocado on top of a salad filled with leafy greens, colorful vegetables, and lean protein like grilled chicken or beans. Use avocado as a creamy base for a spread on whole grain bread with tomato and cucumber. Blend avocado into smoothies with spinach, berries, and unsweetened almond milk. Use avocado slices instead of cheese on a sandwich to cut back on saturated fat. Each of these pairings enhances avocado's benefits instead of fighting against them. I also encourage you to think of avocado as a complement, not the main attraction. You don't need to make avocado the centerpiece of every meal. A quarter or half an avocado is plenty when paired with the right foods. That way it elevates your nutrition without overwhelming it. And the flavors are more balanced too. You enjoy the avocado as part of a bigger, wholesome picture. So my friends, the lesson here is powerful. Avocado is a gift, but it depends on what you pair it with. If you combine it with processed, fried, or sugary foods, you take away its healing power. But if you pair it with fresh, natural, nutrient-rich foods, you unlock its full potential. Seniors especially need to be mindful of this because every meal is an opportunity to strengthen your body, protect your heart, stabilize your blood sugar, and support your digestion. Remember this, health is not just about one food, it's about how all the foods on your plate work together. Let avocado be your ally by giving it the right company. Choose wisely and it will reward you with energy, vitality, and long-lasting health. This is one of the most critical points I need you to understand, especially for seniors. Avocados are powerful, healing, and nutrient-rich. They can support your heart, improve digestion, balance blood sugar, and provide your body with essential vitamins and minerals. But as good as avocados are, there is one area where we must exercise great caution, and that is how they interact with medications. Many seniors are on prescription drugs for blood pressure, cholesterol, blood thinning, diabetes, or other chronic conditions. And while avocados are considered safe for most people, ignoring their potential interactions with these medications can create dangerous consequences. I want you to be fully aware so you can enjoy the benefits of avocados without putting your health at risk. Start with one of the biggest issues, potassium. Avocados are loaded with potassium even more than bananas. Potassium is essential for lowering blood pressure, supporting heart function, and balancing fluids in your body. But here's the problem. Many seniors take medications that already increase potassium levels in the blood. These include ACE inhibitors, ARBs, and potassium-sparing diuretics, which are commonly prescribed for high blood pressure or heart failure. If you combine these medications with too much avocado, your potassium levels can rise too high. This condition, known as hyperkalemia, can cause dangerous heart rhythm problems, muscle weakness, and even kidney failure if left unchecked. So while potassium is normally your friend, in this case, too much combined with certain medications can become your enemy. Now let's talk about blood thinners. Many seniors take medications like warfarin or other anticoagulants to prevent blood clots. These drugs are life-saving, but they are also very sensitive to diet. Vitamin K is the nutrient that helps your blood clot, and while avocados are not as high in vitamin K as leafy greens, they still contain a moderate amount. Eating too much avocado while taking blood thinners can create fluctuations in your vitamin K levels, which can reduce the effectiveness of your medication. That means your blood could become either too thick, raising your risk of clots, or too thin, increasing your risk of dangerous bleeding. Consistency is key. If you eat avocado regularly, you must eat it in similar amounts from day to day so your medication can work properly. Another area of concern is cholesterol medications, specifically statins. Statins are widely prescribed to lower LDL cholesterol and reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke. Now, avocados themselves can improve cholesterol by raising HDL and lowering LDL, which is wonderful. But if you eat avocados in excess, all those extra fats and calories may interfere with weight control. Carrying extra weight makes it harder for statins to do their job effectively. Additionally, avocados contain certain natural compounds that, although rare, may alter how the liver metabolizes some drugs. For most people, this isn't a problem, but for seniors on multiple medications, it's worth being cautious and speaking with your doctor about portion size. Let's also address diabetes medications. Avocados are low in carbohydrates and won't spike your blood sugar, which is excellent for managing diabetes. But here's where the caution comes in. If you're eating large amounts of avocado while also taking insulin or other blood sugar lowering drugs, the combination may sometimes push your blood sugar too low. Hypoglycemia, low blood sugar, can be just as dangerous as high blood sugar. It can cause dizziness, confusion, weakness, and even fainting. Seniors are especially vulnerable because the symptoms can sometimes be mistaken for other conditions. By eating moderate portions of avocado and monitoring your blood sugar, you can avoid these risks and still benefit from its healthy fats and fiber. Now let's move to digestion-related medications. Many seniors take laxatives, acid-reducing drugs, or other digestive aids. Avocados are high in fiber, which usually supports healthy digestion. But if you are on medication that already affects your bowel movements or digestion, adding too much avocado can either intensify the effect, causing diarrhea or discomfort, or counteract the medication's intended balance. For example, if you're on fiber supplements or certain constipation medications, combining them with large amounts of avocado could lead to bloating and gas. Again, moderation keeps everything in harmony. I also want to highlight the issue of polypharmacy, which means taking multiple medications at once. This is very common in seniors. Each medication interacts not just with your body, but potentially with each other and with the food you eat. Avocados, because of their rich nutrient content, can tip the balance in ways that doctors may not always anticipate unless they know your diet. This is why it is so important to communicate with your healthcare provider about how often you eat avocados and in what quantity. Never assume that because something is natural and healthy, it's automatically safe in large amounts when combined with prescription drugs. Another important point is the effect of avocados on blood pressure medications in general. We already talked about potassium, but let's go deeper. Many blood pressure drugs work by altering fluid balance or relaxing blood vessels. Avocados, because of their potassium and magnesium, naturally lower blood pressure. For some seniors, this combination can lead to blood pressure that is too low. Low blood pressure can cause dizziness, fainting, and falls, which are a serious risk in older adults. You want your blood pressure controlled, not bottoming out. So if you're already on medication and you add large portions of avocado, you need to be mindful of your numbers and your symptoms. Now, I don't want to scare you away from avocados. That is not the point here. Avocados are incredibly healthy, but the truth is seniors have to be more careful than younger people because of the medications they're taking. What might be harmless for one person can be risky for another depending on their prescriptions. This is why one of the best things you can do is practice consistency. If you love avocados and eat them regularly, try to keep the portion sizes steady from day to day. That way your doctor can adjust your medication dosages accordingly. What creates problems is when your diet changes dramatically. One week eating no avocado and the next week eating them every day in large amounts. Consistency keeps your blood tests and medication levels stable. Another tip is to watch for symptoms that might be connected to food-medication interactions. If you start feeling dizzy, weak, unusually tired, or experience muscle cramps, it could be a sign that your potassium levels are too high or your blood pressure has dropped too low. If you notice unexplained bruising or bleeding while on blood thinners and eating more avocado, that could signal your medication balance has been disrupted. Don't ignore these warning signs. Always communicate with your doctor or pharmacist if you suspect your food choices are affecting your medications. So my friends, the message here is very clear. Avocados are a gift, but they are powerful, and anything powerful has to be used wisely, especially if you are on medications. Talk to your healthcare provider, be consistent with your intake, and keep your portions moderate. About a quarter to half an avocado per day is safe for most seniors. This amount gives you all the wonderful benefits, healthy fats, fiber, vitamins, and minerals without creating dangerous imbalances. Remember, food is medicine, but only when used correctly. Avocados can either work alongside your prescriptions to keep you strong, or they can interfere if used carelessly. The choice is in your hands. Respect your body, respect your medications, and let avocados be the friend they are meant to be, not an uninvited complication. Balance, awareness, and moderation will always keep you on the path to good health. My friends, this is a point that many people overlook when it comes to avocados, and yet it's one of the most important for protecting your health. We know that avocados are filled with healthy fats, fiber, potassium, and dozens of other nutrients that can support your body. But here's the truth, all of those benefits only matter if you're eating the avocado at the right stage of ripeness and storing it correctly. If you're not careful about choosing and storing your avocados, you could be throwing away nutrients, irritating your digestive system, and in some cases even exposing yourself to harmful bacteria or mold. Seniors especially need to be aware of this because the body becomes more sensitive with age. Something as simple as an overripe or poorly stored avocado can make you feel sick, tired, or uncomfortable. So let's dive in and really understand why this matters and how you can avoid these mistakes. First, let's talk about ripeness. An unripe avocado is hard, tough, and difficult to digest. It hasn't fully developed its natural oils and nutrients, which means your body won't absorb the full benefits. Eating an avocado too early can leave you with a stomachache, gas, or bloating. It's almost like your body is working overtime to break down something it's not ready to handle. On the other hand, an overripe avocado is soft, mushy, and often has brown or black spots inside. This is a sign that the healthy fats inside have started to oxidize. Instead of nourishing your heart, those oxidized fats can actually contribute to inflammation and stress on your cells. In some cases, overripe avocados may even harbor mold, and that's a real problem for seniors whose immune systems are not as strong as they once were. So how do you know when an avocado is just right? The best way is to give it a gentle squeeze. A perfectly ripe avocado should yield slightly to pressure, but not feel mushy. It should have a little give without being too soft. Another trick is to check the small stem at the top. If it comes off easily and the color underneath is green, the avocado is ripe. If it's brown underneath, it's likely overripe. If the stem doesn't come off at all, it's still unripe. Learning this simple skill can make a huge difference in how much benefit you get from your avocado and how well your body digests it. Now let's move to storage. Many people make mistakes here that can ruin the quality of their avocados. If you leave avocados in a warm environment, they ripen too quickly and often turn bad before you have a chance to enjoy them. On the other hand, if you put them in the refrigerator too early before they're ripe, it may never ripen properly and end up tasteless or hard. The key is timing. If your avocado is unripe, Leave it at room temperature on the counter until it softens. Once it reaches the perfect ripeness, you can then move it to the refrigerator to slow down the ripening process. This can give you an extra 3 to 5 days to enjoy it without waste. Another common mistake is how people store a cut avocado. Maybe you only want half today and plan to save the other half for tomorrow, but if you just leave it out or toss it in the fridge uncovered, it turns brown, mushy, and unappetizing. That browning is oxidation, and while it's not usually harmful in small amounts, it does mean the avocado is losing nutrients and freshness. Seniors who are sensitive to digestive issues may find oxidized avocado harder on the stomach. The right way to store a cut avocado is to leave the pit in the unused half, squeeze a little lemon or lime juice on the surface, and cover it tightly with plastic wrap or place it in an airtight container before refrigerating. This slows down oxidation and keeps it fresher, safer, and more nutritious for the next day. We also need to talk about food safety. Avocados can sometimes carry bacteria on their skin, including dangerous strains like Listeria or Salmonella. Now, this doesn't mean you should avoid avocados. It simply means you must wash them before cutting. Many people skip this step because they think, I'm not eating the skin, so why wash it? But here's the problem. When you cut into the avocado, the knife drags bacteria from the skin straight into the flesh. For seniors, foodborne illness can be far more serious than for younger adults. Washing the avocado thoroughly under running water and scrubbing the skin gently before cutting is a simple step that can protect your health. Another issue is mold. Avocados that have been stored too long or kept in humid conditions can develop mold either on the skin or inside the flesh. Some people simply cut around the moldy part and eat the rest, but that's dangerous. Mold spreads more than you can see with the naked eye, and eating moldy avocado can cause allergic reactions, respiratory issues, or stomach upset. For seniors, especially those with weakened immune systems, this can be very risky. If you see mold on your avocado, the safest option is to throw it out. Your health is worth far more than the cost of one fruit. Now let's address another subtle point, nutrient preservation. The healthy fats in avocados are delicate. Exposure to air, light, and heat can cause them to break down. That's why improper storage not only affects the taste, but also reduces the health benefits. If you want to get the full omega-rich fat content and antioxidants from your avocado, you must store it properly. Cool, dark environments for whole ripe avocados and airtight containers with lemon juice for cut ones. That way the nutrients stay intact and your body receives the maximum benefit. Many seniors also make the mistake of buying too many avocados at once. They bring home a big bag and within a few days, half of them are overripe and wasted. The smarter strategy is to buy avocados at different stages of ripeness, some firm, some soft, so they ripen gradually over the week. That way you always have a ripe one ready without being forced to eat too many at once or throw them away. This not only saves money, but also keeps your diet balanced. And let's not forget about freezing. Yes, avocados can be frozen if you know how to do it properly. Freezing can be a good option if you bought too many or want to preserve them for smoothies or spreads later on. To freeze, mash the avocado with a little lemon juice and place it in an airtight bag or container. While the texture may not be ideal for slicing later, it's perfect for guacamole, smoothies, or dressings. This is a great way for seniors to reduce waste and always have a healthy option available. So my friends, here's the bottom line. Choosing and storing avocados properly is just as important as eating them. If you eat them too early, your body struggles to digest them. If you eat them too late, you may be consuming oxidized fats and losing nutrients. If you store them incorrectly, you risk bacteria, mold, or wasted food. And if you buy too many at once without a plan, you either overeat or throw them out. None of these situations support your health. The solution is simple. Choose wisely, store carefully, and eat moderately. Look for that perfect ripeness, keep your avocados clean, and protect them from oxidation. Use lemon juice, airtight containers, and your refrigerator to your advantage. Buy them in stages so you always have one ready. Respect the fruit, and it will reward you with vitality, energy, and nourishment. Remember, it's not just about eating avocados, it's about eating them the right way. Small details like ripeness and storage may seem unimportant, but for seniors, they make all the difference in how your body feels and how your health progresses. Pay attention to these details and you'll continue to enjoy the incredible benefits of this superfood without any of the risks. Balance, awareness, and smart choices. That's the key to letting avocados serve your health in the way nature intended.